guys, I'm back, and today I thought I would film another life story video because I'm just full of these life story videos. And the reason I thought of this story is because I'm really reluctant to even say this, because people that didn't know I made videos a little while ago have now started to find out that I make videos, so I'm a little bit reluctant to make this in case one day she ever sees this, but hey ho. I guess that's the risk I'm taking. Summary of this story is the girl that kind of tried to steal everything from me. I was friends with this girl when I was younger, and our parents were really good friends, which is why we spent a lot of time together. And we grew up and we were like best friends. We didn't go to the same school or anything, but we grew up really, really close to each other. And we were kind of at each other's houses like weekends and summer holidays and Christmas and school holidays and stuff like that. As we started to get older, I noticed little random things of mine kept disappearing. So example, okay, so it's her birthday, her mum's taking us out for a meal or something, and it was about the age when I was 14, 15 and I just started to wear makeup. So I went to her house because I was staying there, had this little cute makeup bag with me, had a lipstick and an eyeshadow and a little bit of mascara, and that's pretty much all the makeup I owned. So I didn't really know anything about foundation, but I had some makeup in this bag. I remember using the lipstick, and as I was applying it in the mirror, she just said, "Oh, that looks like a really nice lipstick, can I borrow it?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fine, of course you can." So she borrowed it and she said, "I'm gonna probably use it to top up in the night. Do you mind if I just keep it in my bag?" And I was like, "No, that's fine." Because they're thinking I can then share it while she's got it. We went out, and I remember we went through the meal and she's like, "I'm just gonna go to the toilet." And I was like, "Oh, I'll just come with you so I can just reapply the lipstick and stuff." And she's like, "Oh, I left it on my bed at home, I haven't got it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, never mind, no problem." Went for a pee-pee, came back and kind of sat down, didn't really think too much of it. When we got home, I was looking for this lipstick, so I thought, well, I'm gonna pack up my stuff because I'm leaving tomorrow morning anyway. And I remember asking her where this lipstick was, and she was just like, "Oh, I thought I left it on the bed. I told you it was on the bed." And I was like, "Well, it's not there." And she's like, "Oh, you must have taken it." And I was like, okay, maybe it's just in my stuff and I didn't realise when I grabbed all my stuff, maybe it's in there. Thought nothing of it, went away, nothing else happened. Got home, realised that the lipstick was gone, and just thought, okay, it's not really a big deal, I'll just buy a new one when I go to Boots. And I think it was a number 17 or a Rimmel one or something. And so that happened. The next time, she came around to my house, and I had just bought this new CD. And it was back in the days where you used to buy singles on CD, because you just bought singles, because I don't know why that was cool, just to buy one song, but you did. And I remember having this CD, and for some reason I remember taking it to school and scratching my initials on the back of this CD, just because I don't know why. It's one of those boredom weird doodly things that you do at school where you just scratch your name into stuff. So I remember my initials were scratched into the back of the CD. I had it in my school bag for ages, and then my friend came round. We played the CD, we made up stupid dances to it, because that's what we did at that age. You made up a dance routine to every single song. Oh, by the way, thumbs up if you ever made a dance routine to a song. That weekend she went home, and lo and behold, the CD's disappeared. And I was like, okay, this is a bit weird, I don't know where the CD's gone. Again, thought nothing of it. For some reason I was that stupid, I thought nothing of it. And then again went to her house a few weekends later, and my CD is on the top of her CD pile, and turned the CD over and it's got my initials scratched into it. So I was like, oh, this is my CD from my house. And I was looking for this, I didn't know where it'd gone. She's like, oh yeah, my sister bought it for me, because I asked her to, you know. And I was thinking, well, I know that's a lie, because that has my initials. And my sister was with me that weekend, and my sister's looking at me that's your CD, that's got your initials on the back. I didn't say anything because I just couldn't believe that she lied to me, and I was not the sort of person to do confrontation and stuff like that. So a few times this sort of stuff kept weirdly happening. And then when I was 15 or 16, I had my first boyfriend, and I didn't tell her about it until I saw her. So I met this guy, started randomly seeing him, and then couldn't wait to go and stay at my friend's house so I could tell her all about him. She then took his telephone number out of my phone. I don't know if I was in the shower or on the toilet or something she took his number out of my phone, and nothing happened that weekend. But the weekend after, he randomly messaged me and was really annoyed with me. So I rang him and I was like, why do you sound annoyed with me? And he was like, why is your mate messaging me? Why did you give her my number? I don't want to talk to your mate. And I was like, I didn't give her your number. And he's like, well, she's got my number and she rings me and she wants to know if we want to meet up, but she doesn't even talk about bringing you. And I was like, this is a little bit weird. Like, why would you do that? At that point, I started getting a little bit, like, frustrated, because I was like, okay, she's, like, stealing my makeup, she's, like, stealing my CDs, and now she's trying to steal my boyfriend. This is just not gonna happen. So what happened over a few years is we just kind of started, like, obviously GCSEs happened, A-levels happened, university happened, and we just kind of completely drifted apart. Don't really see each other, don't really talk to each other. But the thing is, like, it was so weird, because when we were together, we had, like, the best time ever. We used to laugh until we, like, peed ourselves, and we used to laugh until our stomachs hurt, and we had the best time ever. And part of me, like, regrets the fact that we don't talk anymore, but then the other part of me thinks, well, I can't really trust you with anything, and that's really sad to me. And I think that's why a long time ago I made this video about, like, fake friends and real friends, because I remember thinking, you might on the surface get on with someone and think they're great, but underneath there might just be like a thief, like an actual thief. So that is a little story about my life when I was at school. And like I said, all I did was bite the bullet and just basically stop talking to her. It made it okay because we didn't go to school together, so it wasn't weird. Like, we didn't go to the same school, so, and she didn't even live in the same town as me, so it was just a case of when my parents said, do you want to go to hers for the weekend, I just basically say no. And if my parents went to see her parents, okay, you know, I would usually go with them so I could, like, hang out with my friend. That happened less and less and less, and then basically we don't really talk anymore, and I haven't seen her for a really, really long time. So that is my little story about how you need to watch your stuff, you need to watch your men, and you need to watch where your little creepy fingers of your friends go. Oh, and by the way, like, I was just as bad. I'm such a hypocrite. So what happened was, one time I went to her house and I found my lipstick, I found my CD, and I basically just took everything. While she was in the shower, I literally just took everything. So effectively I was stealing my stuff back from her, and I felt bad. Like, I felt guilty that I'd gone through her stuff, but I was like, I'm not stealing her stuff because I don't want her used lipstick. I want to find my stuff. And like I said, I got my CD back and I got my lipstick back, and I couldn't believe it. And one time we went to the shop and she stole, like, a ring, and I was like, where did you get that from? And she's like, I got it from the shop. And I was like, but you didn't pay for that, I was with you the whole time. She's like, yeah, I did, yeah, I paid for it. And I was like, well, I was with you the whole time. She's like, oh no, you were looking at something else and I went to the counter and I paid for it. I was like, you didn't have any money with you, you just stole that. Oh dear God, like, we're gonna go to jail. And yeah, people just steal stuff, like, it's not good. And I just feel like everyone needs to look out for that friend, because I swear everybody has that friend in the world. And yeah, so just be aware of, like, your friends. And it doesn't get much better when you're older, by the way. It really doesn't get much better when you're older. Like, people still do that when they're older. And now I'm just mumbling, so I'm going to stop talking. And if you have any stories that are similar, let me know. And if you have a friend that steals, then just send her the link of this video, and she'll know, she'll just know. She'll know what you're talking about. She'll know that she's been caught out. So yeah, if you have that friend and you don't know how to say it to her, just send her the link to this video. And if you've been in this situation, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.